Alright, so we made a huge clearance here. Everybody in this state is the exact same. So, I was at the Westworth High School, and I'm talking to somebody off to my right, and it came to the conclusion that they're not trying to be unsafe. Now, I'm the safest person pretty much in society. They said they're not trying to be unsafe, and the law is based off of intent. Right then and there, I understood. That's all they needed to say. It took them this long. I've about had to figure out my entire self to keep myself from being framed from these type of people that weren't trying to be unsafe, but were targeting me because I was safe. Doesn't make a lot of sense, doesn't need to. Anyways, what I was getting at is, if one person speaks, the rest of the state speaks. The law is based off of intent. I've shared my complete intentions. We're on the same page now. Like I said, I protected my heart that way. Second thing here. Usually, somebody in this era of their life who spent so much time on it and got nowhere would fall into a depression and give up. So, on camera, I'm going to show you what I do. We're going to bridge the gap between where I am and where I want to be. And we're going to bridge that gap. First, you look at the parameters. By parameters, I mean, what do I see in front of me? What happens? And based off of what happens, how can I direct myself in a direction that is positive? Essentially, usually when you're doing this, it's a negative situation that you went through. And you convert that into a positive by looking at the negative and navigating accordingly to get yourself out. With that being said, what you have is, within that you can have efficiencies. So I've been doing this my entire life. So at this time, what I mean by efficiencies, because that's many of your questions, is what does efficient mean? What is making things efficient? What does efficiency mean? So, making the process better. A new and improved process of doing something. Whatever you're trying to do, if you improve at it and become better, you've made the process efficient. So I've about made my process of moving on very efficient. Now, with this being said, I have my full capacity of my prefrontal cortex back. Like I said, I had brain damage. This wasn't my fault. It was not taken care of. I had to take care of it myself. I've done the work of a neuroscientist with natural remedies. And I have the scar to prove it. Don't feel like moving around my hair to show you. Anyhow, so we have the parameters here. One thing to remember, we're going to go from the top. One thing to remember, they weren't trying to be unsafe. That's first and foremost. They weren't trying to. So they weren't trying to aim at me, in other words. That's another way of saying it. They just didn't understand me. So based off of the law is based off of intent. That's completely fine. And then that's fine. That's all I wanted to know. That's all I've been trying to figure out here. That's completely it. everybody's talking about me my entire life based off of, oh, Mitch is doing this wrong, Mitch is doing this wrong, Mitch is doing this wrong. And they only saw it from their point of view, the way they view the world. They saw me the same way. But it's not a one-size-fits-all. And based off of their response, we weren't trying to be unsafe. There was no possible way they could have understood that I was different. Based off of the way I understand psychology, I was able to piece that together. That side of the equation is off to the side. With that being said, when I get in position, whether I'm in management or I'm below somebody, now it's gonna click. Now it makes sense.
Let me know how it works. I charge it and reset it, so it's like your first computer. Of course.
That makes no sense. It was in general. It wasn't direct to one certain person. Right. It was to anyone who's seen the metal. Well, I'm gonna catch first of all, I don't have everybody's phone number. Are you dumb?
So, with that being said, anyways, so now I can create forward movement based upon the parameters that we have. Okay, there's a couple things that we'll go from the top once again.
Say you're gonna beat my ass. Exactly, say that. And now you just sound stupid and ignorant. Yeah. Okay. That's first of all, that's correct. And you cannot threaten a person in their first place. Exactly. Because now all I have to do is pull the card being like, I'm uncomfortable with her working here because she tried to physically harm me and I got her off, which is exactly
People don't mean to be unsafe. People don't mean to aim at me. Well, it's based off of intent.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Send her the screenshot.
And then now I can pretty much attack any position I'm not under the sun. I'm gonna start looking around right now. Actually, right after I make this video, I'm gonna start looking around. Coventry, Home Depot wanted me, but again, that's right in the middle of nowhere. Where am I gonna go? Where am I gonna sleep? Well, how am I gonna transport around? So what I might do actually is Monday, tomorrow's Sunday, Monday, I'm gonna go to the bank, see if I can take out $4K, drop on a car, a used car from a mom and pop's dealership, get a 6-month warranty, re-up, and then be able to pay it off in a little amount of time. I'm not even going to respond to that. No, it is impossible to take me off the road. Thanks, though. Anyways, anyhow. I'm gonna do some research actually. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna screen record.
Order.